JJ, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the kitchen. You know, the kitchen is like the heart of the home. It definitely is in our house. And I always am like, oh, I got it cleaned and it's so nice for like a second. And it takes one meal and it all falls apart. So it was in need of some good scrubbing, a little bit of loving, and we also needed to just restock everything. So we have a grocery haul here and all of the produce prep. And I know every time I do the produce prep, everyone eats a lot more fruits and veggies. So the weeks that I don't do that, I'm always regretting it. Like, just take the time to do it. So I am hopefully encouraging you and also trying to encourage myself to be consistent every single week in doing this. I am struggling. I'm saying it's allergies. I don't know if anyone else right now is having bad allergy issues, but my throat is killing me. I have a headache that just will not go away. I don't know what's going on, but most people that I'm talking to are having similar issues, so I know I'm not alone. If you're feeling like that today, just know I'm giving you a big warm hug. Or maybe not so warm because we're almost in October and it is, 90 degrees today. It's insane. So I am ready for fall and I am doing everything I can to bring in the fall vibes to our house and just to my life with like warm drinks in the morning, and I'm trying. It's not working, so hopefully soon we will see some nice fall weather. The dishes, is this anyone else's house? Like, you will do the dishes or you load the dishwasher, you leave for a second, it's a second you leave and you come back and there's more dishes there. Ugh, it's so rough. I do want to mention this little popcorn maker. I'm going to leave a link to that below, but it's the greatest thing. And depending on what you're in the mood for, if you're in the mood for like a sweeter popcorn, you can just pop the kernels in there. It's a glass container. Pop it into the microwave and just use whatever seasoning you like, which is awesome. So if you don't have one, you should get one. Healthier than just a bag of the microwave popcorn and, you know, the things that they put in that. And you have total control over how much salt or butter, whatever it is that you're using that goes into it. So it's awesome. You know my love for Scrub Daddy paste, and I use it all over the place. So in the sink, you'll see me in a second using it on the stovetop, which is one of my favorite places to use it, but got the sink cleaned and prepped so that I could wash dishes and they would actually get clean. And then later when I'm doing produce prep and I'm washing the produce and rinsing it, obviously you want a clean sink before you do that, or what's the point? That stovetop has seen better days. So I always start with just a wet rag and just wipe it down first to get anything that's kind of loose on there off. And then I'll go in with the Scrub Daddy paste and just work it through. I will go over and get the sponge wet and kind of rinse it off and then come back. And so you'll see it's kind of slowly, the paste starts going away as I rinse it and wash it and rinse and wash again. and get it as shiny as possible, I will go in. I have the Thieves spray today. I'll use either Thieves or the Branch Basics, but I'll spray and then get it nice and shiny. Now, our stovetop is not perfect because we just have some areas that have gotten burnt and like, not a crack, but I don't even know how those cooktops work exactly, but just areas that cannot get cleaned, and that's okay. I get it the best that I can, and it makes me happy. All of these spaces just needed like to pull everything out and get in there and clean. So it's stuff that no one else knows, but you know. And once you do it, it just feels good. You go to sleep like, oh, I did that today. And now I know all the crumbs behind the salt and pepper shaker are all clean. It's amazing. So here is our grocery haul for the week. Half of the things that we got are from Thrive Market. This is all from Walmart. And mostly at Walmart we get meat and all of our produce. I'm trying to think what else. Trash bags. We were running out. You know those like things that don't happen that often? But then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I have to buy trash bags? I'm like, well, I haven't bought them in months, but so it had just all of those things. Frozen fruit for the girls. They make smoothies pretty much every day. We eat a ton of chicken. I did get these pork pot stickers because we do the Asian lettuce wraps we do with that, like the butter lettuce that was down there. It's a crock pot meal that is so wonderful, and I'm going to leave a link to that also because it's a super easy dinner, really healthy. Throw it in the crock pot in the morning, and then we go to dance at night, and when I come home, it's ready just to go and make little lettuce wraps. It's so good. But I got pot stickers, not so healthy, but just something fun that will remind us of being at Ohana at Disney World, which is one of our favorite restaurants there. This is under our sink. I have like a trash bag dispenser, I guess you could say. So that's an area that had been just so gross and dirty and unorganized for a long time. And I just got some bins and organized. If that's something you would want to see, let me know, and I will show all the things that we have and how we keep things organized under there. Okay, in about a minute, you will hear the audio of this little moment. So Leland, he loves just any kind of imaginative play. So he went and he got our Vitamix out, and he was saying he's going to make a smoothie. And so all of a sudden I'd be like putting stuff away, and then suddenly I'm like, things are gone. Where are the produce? He went down, got his shopping cart, and was pretending like he was grocery shopping. So just having a really fun little time. But I had to put this audio in of him doing this because it was so cute, and he's so imaginative, and it was just a sweet little moment. So be ready for that.
I am making a smoothie.
You're making a smoothie?
Yeah, I will get all the food out so I can make a wonderful smoothie.
Okay.
And he did make a wonderful smoothie. He's so cute. Oh, I love that kid. So these storage bins I got for Christmas. It was on my Christmas list. Greg appreciates them too though, but they're so pretty. I believe they're from the Container Store, and they're great for potatoes, onion, whatever. Sometimes I'll put apples in there. It just depends on what we have, but they're so pretty, and I like anything that makes things look pretty when they're sitting out. And those bins, they stack on top of each other. They're so cute, and I love them. Now, a lot of times we leave our apples sitting out. If I'm going to eat an apple, I prefer it cold. Greg definitely does. I feel like they stay better in the refrigerator. I don't know if you all have opinions on that. Let me know. Do you keep your apples out? I think it's so pretty. I love having produce sitting out. But a lot of times it does go bad, I feel like. So I don't know. What are your thoughts there? This is parsley. So anytime I get any kind of fresh herbs, I always take them and fill a mason jar, and we'll stick them in there, and it kind of brings them back to life. Not forever, but if you're going to use them within, 3 to 5 days, usually they'll stay good and it just looks nice. So I always kind of set them in that area over there. Greg did think that was cilantro. He's like, oh, can I use the cilantro? Put it in my salad? I'm like, I mean, it's parsley, but you can use it if you want. So just make sure everybody knows what it is. So if they want to use it, they're not throwing crazy stuff in their meals. I have a video or two already where I do this produce prep, but if you haven't seen it, then I'll just kind of talk through the process of it. So I fill that sink up with a little bit of Branch Basics, and I rinse off the produce, and then I have these strainers that just fit over the sink on that side. Put those over there. I rinse them, and then I have towels set out that I will set the produce out so that it can dry, and then I will put them in mason jars. The mason jars that I have for these things they're 64 ounce, so they're large, and I have bamboo lids. Not necessary, but it just looks pretty, so that's why I have those. That looks like an insane amount of grapes, and it is, but with 6 people in our house, they get eaten really quickly. So I feel like every week the grapes are about gone. I'm like, halfway through the week. And so I try and stay on top of it and get enough for us to have for the week, but not too much that it goes bad. So it's always like this balancing act. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not so great. I will say one negative we do the Walmart grocery pickup. I love it for a million reasons. One thing though is sometimes you will get produce. A lot of times produce is great and they do an amazing job picking it. Sometimes that is not the case. This time with the strawberries, though, I'm not gonna blame them. That is not fair. It is not strawberry season, so it's hard to get them, but they were pretty rough. They are still getting eaten, but they were a little rough. I forgot to continue with how this produce prep works. So get them as dry as possible, whatever produce you are prepping, and then put a paper towel in the bottom of a mason jar. That'll just kind of help soak up the moisture. And then you put whatever you have in the jar, put the lid on, and stick it in the fridge. There are a few exceptions. One of those, well, two of those, celery, which I will prep in a second, and carrots. Both of those we fill with water, so you don't have to dry them. We wash them and then cut them, put them straight into the mason jar with no paper towel, and then fill it up with water, and it helps keep them fresh and crunchy, all of those things. So that's the only difference. I'm trying to think what else would go in that category of filling with water, and I'm not totally sure. I can't think today. Like I said, I've got allergies. I don't know. Something's going on, but those are two big ones that you would just fill with water. I mean, some of it is just like the seeds and things from the strawberries and whatever, but there's like a ring of dirt right around the drain there that so gross. So that always feels good too. Like, all right, I did something and the produce is ready and clean. We're ready for everyone to eat and enjoy. I have to point this out. I know I have another video. If you see Leland back there, another video where it looks like he's doing the exact same thing in the exact same outfit. And in fact, I do. This is a different day. That was months ago, but he's still, like I said, he has this imagination that's beautiful and he loves pretending to be the Cat in the Hat. I said in a couple of videos, I think I've mentioned his love for Dr. Seuss. So this is very real. That's who he is. And he has his favorite outfits. And that is a battle I am not willing to fight with him. If he wants to wear his Cinderella Gus Gus shirt and blue little sweatpants, then I'm all for it. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for joining me on my little corner of YouTube.